Welcome back to Suncoast View. We're going to check back in the Rice's Appliance Kitchen with Chef Nikita from Geyer's Sausage Kitchen. Yes. And Nikita, you're going to be teaching us how to make one of your favorite recipes, but I understand you have to get started on it now.
Yes, I have to start it now because I want to caramelize the onions. To get, and for the key to good caramelized onions is patience and butter. Oh. It takes really low heat. You want to melt the butter down, add the onions, lit it, kind of set it. So it takes a little bit of time.
Patience and butter. I promise that we have at least one of those when we join you. And remind us again what we're making. So we're making the Käsespätzle, so a German egg cheesy noodle. That sounds delicious. We can't wait to join you with all of our patience and some of our butter. Well, women in sports have become part of pop culture here and there over the decades, such as the popularity of the movie A League of Their Own. But women athletes represent a largely untold story. Beth Green is working to change that as president of the very first Women's Sports Museum that will be right here on the Suncoast. Welcome, Beth.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
We are honored to have you.
This is very exciting. So tell us where the idea for this museum came from.
It came from one of the All-Americans got together with some of our board members, and they originally had discussed maybe a baseball museum for women to highlight the League of Their Own.
Yes.
And through their efforts found out that there wasn't one museum dedicated to women in sports, not one in the whole world. And so they felt like it was important to get the women's stories told. And so they kind of emerged from just focusing on one sport to all women in sports.
Wow, and I believe you, but I was shocked to hear that there isn't one museum dedicated to female sports.
I know, it's shocking, right? There's a baseball museum, there's a basketball museum, but there isn't one museum dedicated to telling the history of women in sports and kind of getting their voice and their story told.
And it all goes together.
Yeah.
As women succeeded in one sport, they were saying, well, maybe women can play basketball too.
Absolutely, absolutely. And many women in the early days started in one sport and kind of parlayed it into others, you know, golf and equestrian, etc.
How exciting that it will be here. So tell me why the Suncoast? We're thrilled it'll be here, but why choosing here?
Well, why not, right? I mean, this is a beautiful paradise. We often joke and say we are a museum town without a sports museum, so why not? I mean, we are absolutely open, but we would love to, most of the board members live, work, and play here, so we would like to make it a reality here.
Women athletes come here then a
yes,
lot.
Yes. Well, we have the facility out at Benderson with the rowing now. Obviously with IMG up to the north with Bolletari's Tennis Academy. I mean, we are rich with not only women in sports, but all sports. And with the Braves' new stadium, obviously that's going to bring additional attraction here locally, the Orioles, the Pirates. So there's a lot of sports history here.
Oh, this would be so inspirational to young girls who are thinking about playing sports, but to see women succeed in this industry.
Yes. Well, our mission statement is inspiring girls through the power of sports. So you exactly hit the nail on the head, Linda. We definitely want to inspire the next generation and let them know that they can be whatever they want to be, whether it's an umpire, a sports agent, you know, or play sports, obviously.
So where are you in the process?
So we are super excited. This has been kind of a breakthrough year for us. We will be starting our capital campaign to get the museum underway later in the year.
And we're looking at renderings of what it could possibly look like.
That's beautiful.
Yes. So I need to give a shout out to Chris Gallagher at Hoyt Architects. He is responsible for that beautiful rendering. And we are super excited to hopefully make that a reality. So first step is obviously raising the funding, but it's creating awareness too. And so that's where we're really at in the process. We just got a pop-up tent that I think I talked to you a little bit about that we're going to put in place, bring to the farmers market and take nationwide.
And we're looking at a rendering of that here. So we'll be able to see this hopefully in the fall.
So this, our intent is, well, it hopefully will be ready this week because I need to take it to the East Coast on Wednesday. But it's intended to give you an experience of the museum. So there's a timeline or a history of women in sports, some obviously pictures or renderings of women playing various sports, but it's intended to really give that feel of what you'll experience in the museum, just a little microcosm of what the whole thing.
Have you selected a location, or what goes into choosing the right location?
Well, of course, that's the million-dollar question. Where are we going to put it? So we've had interest in downtown. Some folks have approached us. We're obviously looking east of the interstate and maybe south Sarasota. I mean, we are open at this point. There's several folks that have approached us and have some interest in putting the museum. Obviously it's got to be somewhere where there's a lot of traffic and an easy in out. So we're open to ideas.
Oh, this is such a great business investment.
Yes.
Because we're a tourist town.
Yes.
People come here to have fun, to see new things.
Yes.
And this museum would be perfect for that.
Especially for families. I mean, I would, as a mother of small children, I would 100%, I'd be all over this museum. This would be a great idea.
And it's funny you say that, because we had friends in town that said, oh, I've heard about the Women's Sports Museum. I'd love to go visit it, because it was raining. So what do you do when you can't go to our beautiful beaches?
And Beth, you have a great point about it is not just women's job to tell the story of female athletes, that it's for everyone. It's for the men as well.
Absolutely. So we were interviewing a woman who was responsible for Title IX this weekend, and one of the things she said is that she was successful because the men around her supported her. And that's absolutely so critical. So the museum is obviously celebrating women's sports and history, but it's intended for all audiences, not just the women.
Yeah, like Mickey Mouse is not just for mice.
There you go.
So everybody would like to see this.
Everybody. I mean, men, women, children.
And you are already making a difference in the community with scholarships.
We are. So last year we were fortunate, as part of our gala, to give away 2 scholarships locally to then seniors, and this year we're doing the same thing, and we've had them fully funded, and we increased the dollar amount. So we're super excited. Those women have become ambassadors for the museum and are super supportive of what we're doing, and have gotten the word out as well. And so we're
great.
excited.
Well, we are very excited, and we're also excited to see the pop-up museums that will come before the big museum.
It will be at the market in the fall.
Well, you can follow the progress of the new museum. You can follow their progress online by going to womenssportsmuseum.org, as well as find information about their annual gala, which is coming up on October 19th. You can visit their website to find out all of the latest news.